Hey, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, Twitter. How to be successful on Twitter. The Holy Grail. I've written a lot about it over the years actually on Twitter because Twitter is one of the biggest topics on Twitter, particularly in our part of Twitter, which is like the creative part. So I guess the thing is, there is no way to succeed on Twitter, really. But you kind of can in some respects. I mean, one of the successes is not really to be that successful, but just to enjoy it. And clearly, many people do and have done over the years. So many of the people I know and engage in Twitter are still on Twitter. And so, in a way, it's success in itself. But you want to be engaged on Twitter. So be engaging, be witty, or fucking brilliant. Take your pick. Some of the things, I guess, Twitter fights. I've had a few. You know, most of them are with people I would disagree with on basic fundamental issues, and just doesn't seem to be any point in carrying on. But I think in general, it's best to avoid Twitter fights. Just not much fun, and you look like a bit of a dick, and you're just better off being on the kinder side. I don't know. I don't think people that are kind all the time are real. But yeah, don't fight too much. I think being organic is good. There was a time where there were people buying followers and all this sort of bullshit. I kind of started little and just, you just work at it and talk to people a bit and then engage and retweet. And it's like your own little publishing company. You get to choose what words you put out there. So just be really selective on what you put on and make it interesting for people. Make your timeline really interesting, or as interesting as you can. Don't be so one-sided. Don't put your own tweets out the whole time. Make sure you're generous. That's the engaging part, I guess. So it's not all about the numbers at all. There's some brilliant people that have got very few followers, and I'm sure they enjoy it just as much as anyone else. It will be very weird when the ordinary, normal people eventually join Twitter. Well, thank God that hasn't happened yet. We still have not seen any normal people on Twitter, which is just wonderful. So let's hope that stays that way. But I did predict that 10, 15 years ago, that if the normal people ever joined, we would be in trouble. DM rooms, mixed feelings. I've been in somewhere, it was like, whoa, what the hell? And early on I was thinking, people should be engaging, people should be talking, and you can be open. And actually, if you do find a room where you just feel totally comfortable, then it's cool. There's nice people. You can swing off and you can have little chats with people. You get to know people a little bit better. There's a whole concept of retweeting within those rooms, and that certainly amplifies your message. And some people are just totally focused on that. They're in 25 DM rooms and they just pumping out the tweets and they're getting the big numbers, and everyone's going, are they really good, or are they just in 25 retweet rooms? I won't say any more about that. I think you've got to be prepared to talk. Your tweets have got to reflect you and be you, and that comes down to who you are and how prepared you are, how vulnerable you are. I think vulnerability is a really good thing on Twitter. Then you got to have talent. Now that is something that's a little bit innate. Some people are just, I don't know, they just love words and they're just brilliant. They're just, as soon as they hit Twitter, wow, just bang into it and get it. And their words are just stunning and you just want to hear them all the time. And some people I'll just go back to because I know every day they're going to write something pretty amazing. yeah, I've got a few favorites, but you can't help it. You know, people are just beautiful and worth another look. So I don't apologize for having some favorites, but I always look out for new people that are good and interesting and fascinating, and I think that's really cool. Twitter is a little Pavlovian, but then there's the wild card of actual wordsmiths. So this is the thing. It's like there is this sort of feedback and addiction to it, which is okay. But every now and again, you're going to come across, I think, quite brilliant writers. I think people, you know, I'm sure they're writers outside of Twitter, and it's their little hobby is to pop these few words together for us all for a bit of a free-for-all. It's amazing. The other thing is friendships. Wow. I mean, it's hard to describe, personally for me, the depth of friendships I've had. People I've never met, people I've met, people that have become really best friends in my life. And I don't know, I mean, I can't complain about that. It's been an incredibly positive thing for me to have the pleasure of meeting some of the most incredible people that I could imagine meeting in any way, in any form of life. And it's been terrific. On that front, yeah, you're going to meet some people you initially think are amazing and wonderful, but you got to be a little bit careful. And some people are disappointing, and I reckon I've probably been disappointing to some people as well. One thing I don't do is gossip about anyone, and there are people that do that and twist things and distort things. So you just have to be wary of people like that. So trust is very important in whatever walk of life you're in. So Twitter success, impossible? Nah, just go for it. Enjoy it and be different, be yourself and have fun.